Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be seeing what would happen if every NBA team only had one player. And we're going to start this thing off by going through each NBA team and seeing which one player they would keep. Starting off here, I just kept the best player from every team. We got Joel Embiid on the 76ers, Giannis on the Bucks, Zach LaVine on the Bulls, Andre Drummond on the Cavs, Jason Tatum on the Celtics, Kawhi on the Clippers, Ja on the Grizzlies, Trae Young on the Hawks, Jimmy Butler on the Heat, Devontae Graham on the Hornets, Donovan Mitchell on the Jazz, De'Aaron Fox on the Kings, Mitchell Robinson on the Knicks, LeBron James on the Lakers, Nikola Vucevic on the Magic, Luka Doncic on the Mavericks, Kevin Durant on the Nets, Nikola Jokic on the Nuggets, TJ Warren on the Pacers, Zion on the Pelicans, Blake Griffin on the Pistons, Siakam on the Raptors, Harden on the Rockets, DeRozan on the Spurs, Devin Booker on the Suns, Chris Paul on the Thunder, Cat on the Timberwolves, Lillard on the Trailblazers, Curry on the Warriors, and lastly, we got Bradley Beal on the Wizards. Now, how we're going to be doing this simulation, I really hope this thing works out because this took me so long to actually create this roster. It would be appreciated if you guys could leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. But what I did here is I filled the rest of the teams with a bunch of 40 overall players. They were supposed to all be 5'4", but now apparently they're all 6'4", which kind of sucks, but it shouldn't make a difference in the simulation. And what I have done is I've gone over to tendencies. I've given all of our one player on each team a tendency shoot at 100. All of the 40 overall players have 0 tendencies, except for their tendency to pass. So they're going to pass whenever they get the ball. And then also our one player, their touches is at 100 and their passing is at 0. So they're just going to keep the ball in the entire time. And hopefully this works out. I've also put every single player at point guard. That way they actually play against each other in the games. And I'm hoping this will make it pretty much like each team has one player. This is the best we can do. Unfortunately, you can't just have one player in the game. Just not how 2K works. The whole game crashes. But let's get right into the simulation. I don't think I made any changes there. Let's hop right into the simulation though, find out what happens. I guess we'll start off with the first game. I want to see, I guess we'll just go over to LeBron. I mean, he's one of the highest rated players in the league. So let's just simulate through this first game and find out what happens. So Lakers beat Clippers, and there we go. Okay, we got pretty much as close as what we wanted. These guys are still going to score. It's just not possible to have them not score. And our top players are playing 48 minutes a game. And oh my gosh, LeBron James dropped 104 points and 46 rebounds. Kawhi was 68 and 43. We're going to have some crazy stats. I'm pretty sure every single NBA record is going to be beaten this season. But let's get through the rest of the season. I guess we'll start off by simulating the All-Star weekend and find out what happens. It'll also be interesting to see like which players are at the top. Is it going to be the point guards or are centers going to dominate small forwards? That's going to be interesting as well. But let's get over to the All-Star Draft. Make it to the All-Star Draft. LeBron and Giannis are still going to be our captains. So still looking like they're the 2 top players in the league. And I completely forgot that this is going to be glitched out because every player is a guard. So we're going to have a bunch of the 40 overalls on the team. So this All-Star Draft literally means nothing because everybody's the same position. And I'm hoping the game doesn't glitch out when we get into the offseason because the All-NBA teams usually need some forwards, and we don't have any of those right now. Make it to the offseason, and of course, Luka Doncic is going to get MVP, even when there's still one player on each team. Luka still getting MVP. Averaged 89.1 points per game, which just blows out any other record. I mean, he just destroys Wilt's record, almost doubling it. He also averaged 53.8 rebounds, only 1.7 assists because obviously they're not passing to those 40 overalls much. 4.2 steals, 2.9 blocks. He also shot 50% from the three-point line, which is probably the highest in the NBA. Rookie of the Year goes to Big Oof, just one of our 40 overalls. Sixth man goes to one of the 40 overalls, obviously. Defensive player is going to go to Kawhi Leonard. He averaged 74.8, 52 rebounds, 6.4 steals, and 3.7 blocks. Very, very impressive numbers for Kawhi on defense. Kawhi also going to get most improved player. I don't see how Kawhi can improve much from where he's at now, but 2K gave it to him. And Ryan Saunders, coach of the Timberwolves, going to get coach of the year. So Cat going 73-9. Maybe the centers were a little overpowered in this simulation. Let's keep on going, though. Again, these all-NBA teams aren't much. We just get the top 2 on each team. So Luka, Cat, LeBron, Steph, Mitchell Robinson, and Andre Drummond. Surprising to see Mitchell Robinson up there. Probably has a lot to do that centers usually do very good in 2K. And let's come over here, come to our standings, and see how everybody did. So in the East, we got Karl Anthony Towns with the top seed. He, of course, got 73 wins, tying that Warriors record. Then we got Luka, Jokic, LeBron, Curry, Kawhi, Zion, and Damian Lillard. James Harden not going to make playoffs. And let's see who actually did the worst. It's going to be De'Aaron Fox with only 18 wins on the season. Coming over to the East, again, it's a center up on top. Andre Drummond with 69 wins. Then we got Giannis, and Mitchell Robinson came third in the East. We got Vucevic, Joel Embiid, Siakam, Durant, and Jimmy Butler making playoffs. Jason Tatum barely not making it in, and at the bottom of the East is going to be Devontae Graham. He actually gets the worst record in the entire NBA, only getting 5 wins on the season. I think he was actually the lowest player without changing the positions. He's only at 79. Up next, we'll come over here to our league leaders. This is what I'm most interested in, to see the crazy stats that these guys did. And we already know Luka Doncic dropping 89.1 points per game, so close to the 90. But right behind him is Cat with 86, Lillard with 84, Curry with 82. We got so many players averaging over 80 points per game, which is just insane. But I guess if each team only had one player, that would probably happen. Let's scroll down to the bottom here, and Devontae Graham is going to be number 30, only averaging 55.9 points per game, which normally would be an NBA record, but in this league, it is not very impressive. And then after that, our 40 overalls, it drops off to under 4 points per game. Coming over here to rebounds next, we got Vucevic on top with 54.9, and Doncic was really close to that as well. It's kind of, I want to see where a lot of our point guards, because the point guards would have a major disadvantage being a lot shorter, but Stephen Curry is still almost pulling 50 boards per game. And let's see who's at the bottom. It's going to be Devontae Graham again. Oh no. Devontae Graham, I kind of feel bad for him. He's just at the bottom of all of these things. Assists per game literally does not matter at all. It's actually going to go to our 40 overalls. Steals per game, we got Kawhi Leonard with 6.4. These steal stats are insane as well. 6.4. Who got the lowest amount? And it is Devin Booker with the least amount of steals. So not going to be Devontae Graham. Finally, he's not at the bottom. He's actually 15th. And then for blocks per game, we got Joel Embiid with 5.5 blocks per game. And coming down to the bottom, it is going to be Trae Young with only 0.7, the only player to not average more than 1 block per game. And then I'm kind of also interested in this 3-point percentage. How did so many of these guys shoot? Okay, I see what happened here. So the 50% was a glitch. For some reason, 3-point attempted and 3-pointers made cap at 12.5 and 25 in 2K, which is kind of annoying. So for all these players, it says they shot 50%, where that might not actually be reality. It's just a little glitched out. And then coming over here to game highs, Stephen Curry dropped 145 points in a single game, just smashing Wilt's record. I mean, we already saw LeBron with 100 points in that first game. 3-pointers made, Curry made 32 in a game as well. Free throws, 41. Rebounds, Andre Drummond nearly pulled 100 boards in a game. Pretty much every single record being broken in this NBA season. Let's actually go over to the records here and see if there's any current records still remaining. So obviously we've looked at all of this before, but just to show, every single record was actually broken other than assists and blocks. Joel Embiid really close to getting up there for blocks per game, but Mark Eaton with 5.6. Steals is still going to be on top by far, every record broken for that as well. But what's also interesting, game record. So total points, Curry with 145, and the top 5 is 124. Of course, we had Curry up there for 3-pointers made. Karl Anthony Towns actually at number 2 and 3. Free throws, all current records as well. We got Giannis, Kat, Nikola, LeBron. Rebounds, going to be Andre Drummond. It would have been sick if he pulled 100 boards. He was only 2 off. Assists, nobody up there. Blocks, actually nobody from the season making it up there, but steals is all current players as well. But that's enough of the stats, just crazy stats. Let's hop into the playoffs now and find out which player is going to win this thing. So let's start off with the first round here and see what happens. A lot of players you wouldn't think would make it in the playoffs, so it could really go to anybody. So starting off in the first round, Karl Anthony Towns is going to beat Damian Lillard. LeBron beats Curry. Jokic beats Kawhi, and then Luka beats Zion. And then over in the East, we had Andre Drummond beating Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid beating Vucevic, Mitchell Robinson beat out Pascal Siakam, and then Giannis beating out Kevin Durant. Let's simulate another round here, though. In the West, somehow LeBron James does not make it to the conference finals. We're going to have Karl Anthony Towns facing off against Nikola Jokic. And in the East, we got Giannis versus Embiid. So it looks like the centers were very overpowered in this, looking like they're doing quite a bit better. But let's see which two teams make it to the NBA Finals. Looking like Giannis has a nice lead in the East. And Giannis is going to defeat Joel Embiid. And Jokic is going to beat Karl Anthony Towns. So we got Giannis versus Jokic in the NBA Finals. Giannis up to a 2-0 lead. Jokic going to get a game here. Giannis up to a 3-1 lead. And Jokic going to get another game on Giannis, winning quite easily here. And in game number 6, it's a super close one. Milwaukee up 98-101. And for some reason, none of our players are in. Jokic only with 4 fouls. Giannis only with 4 fouls. So they're not fouled out here. But why are they not in the game right now? It seems whenever we do some of these challenges, actually hopping into the game glitches it out. All right, I simulated forward a bit. We got Giannis and Jokic in. Giannis with a nice layup inside, going to increase the lead to 1 point. This is so weird. Why is Jokic not playing D? There we go. Jokic with the ball. Shouldn't put that up. He doesn't have passing on, so he's just going to take this thing. Inside, Jokic. All right, this is super glitched out when we're actually watching this here. Here's Giannis inside. Gonna get another basket. It looks like he's gonna take this thing. We should have kept the simcast though, because this is not working. So we're just gonna simcast the rest of the game. Giannis is gonna end up taking this one 104-101, and he's gonna be our NBA champion. But Giannis is gonna get Finals MVP. He averaged 75.7 points per game, 47 rebounds, 4 steals, 6.3 blocks during the NBA Finals there. I don't know what's wrong with 2K. For some reason, menu music just turned on and all my files got corrupted, which was kind of annoying. But that's going to be it for this video. It was a little glitched out in this simulation with only 1 player per team, but Giannis ends up coming out on top, pretty dominant by centers throughout the whole simulation as well. If you guys did enjoy the video though, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up.